In this episode of Kids Podcast, I am honored to share wisdom with you about leading kids in your church and in your home. Dealing with kids is hard work, and I'm praying that we add some tools to your tool belt today. So let's dive into today's topic. Delegation. Yes, that's what we're talking about today in today's episode of Kids Podcast. Delegation, the big word. And we're going to smack this topic right in the face, hit it hard, and no playing games. So let's do it now. Delegation. Delegation, to me, is the idea of if anyone is able to do it, I'm going to let them do it. But if only I can do it, then only I should do it. Let's repeat that. If anyone is able to do it, I'm going to let them do it. But if only I can do it, then only I should do it. Now, let me give you a simple illustration. At work, I have calendars that need to be copied. Anyone can do that, so hey, go make some copies. At work, I have these packets that need to be put together and made up for kids for the Christmas service. Well, anyone can put toys in the bag and make it happen. Oh, we need some drinks for the upcoming Christmas party. Well, anyone can bring drinks to a Christmas party. However, at home, only I can be Morgan's dad. Are you hearing it? That's right, only I, out of all the dads in the entire world, only I can be Morgan's dad. When it's time to go on the daddy-daughter date, that's only my job. When it's time to go to the daddy-daughter dance that she wants to go to, only I can do that. When it's time to do daddy-daughter days at the mall to go stand in that one store to get her special socks to match her special TV show, that's my thing. When it's time for Saturday morning eggs and bacon because of daddy, well, that is my responsibility. Only I can do it, therefore only I should do it. Only I can be her dad. Are you hearing me? That's delegation. If anyone could do it, just let them do it. And if only you can do it, then only you should do it. And that's it. That's the entire episode. Told you we were going to smack it in the face, and we are done. We're out. Catch you next time. Everybody say, bye, Pastor Juan. All right. So maybe you want to dig in a little bit more. We can do that. Let's dig in a little bit more. So after 20 years of doing ministry, I've been to several retreats, several conferences, several meetings, several leadership development, many podcasts, many books, and you name it. And this topic of delegation always comes up. It's one of those topics that everyone wants their new kids pastor, youth pastor, associate pastor to learn. And if you are a leader among kids in both the church world and even at home, and this applies, because at home, don't feel like you need to be the only parent, right? So delegation. And it's like, okay, I get the idea. I need to let other people do things. But what usually ends up happening? You tell me, before I say it, when you hear about delegation, what usually happens? What usually happens is we do not delegate. Oh, man. But why? Why do we not delegate? You think about it. What's the answer? I know the answer. I hear it all the time. Because I'm the best at it, right? Only I can give the grade A. Only my way of doing it is the best way. I don't want level B. I don't want level C. And I certainly do not want level D. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it my way, which is the best way, which is the only way. And you know what? That is not delegation. And I'm going to step on your toes. Are you guys ready? That is also poor leadership. Ooh. So So let's digest more delegation. Here's how I go about delegation, because there was a time that I was the kids pastor at our church. I was the only kids pastor. That was my only responsibility. I would come in every week, prepare for a Sunday service, do an awesome kids service, knock it out of the park, and then do it again next week. That was my job description. I loved it. I kind of wish I went back to it. However, I do have a master's degree in organizational leadership. I have this natural tendency to think bigger, to think outside of the box, to dream big, and I wanted more for the kids program. I wanted so much more for the kingdom and these kids. So I began to use this concept of delegation in the way I learned it many, many moons ago. If anyone could do it, I was going to let them do it. So the questions then became like, well, do I need to be the one that does setup? No. So I delegated setup. Oh, but I don't want them to set it up wrong. My way's the best way. Well, that's okay. So I showed the peoples how I liked it. Now, did they give me the best version of it? No, they didn't. It was kind of trashy at first. I had to fix it. I had to correct it. It's okay. It's okay. Because you know what? Over time, they got better and better and better. And now we are at the point where, you know what? They do it exactly the way I would do it. And actually now there are multiple people involved. And they all know exactly how Pastor Ron likes it. So they set it up just right. It is excellent. But now let's go big, like real big. We're going to jump to the big daddy of delegation. Do I, as Pastor Ron, need to be the one that preaches the message from the stage every week? I mean, that's not actually on my job description. It was to lead the kids' ministry. No, I do not have to be that guy. So what did I do? Well, I found this leader. His name is Mr. Daniel. And I offered him the opportunity to be basically the next kids' pastor. I pulled him beside me. We worked together a lot. We did the services together. We actually did it in tandem. We shared parts. We did parts together. He knew what I wanted. He learned what I wanted. He became pretty good at it. And then eventually, I began to back off. And I would say, you do this, and you do that. Now, I didn't just throw it at him. I wanted him to want to do it. And he did want to do it. Now, was his games and his delivery and his planning grade A? No. That joker. Was it as good as Pastor Ron's? No. He's silly. He can't do it as good. But you know what? He got better. And he got better. And he got better. His D became a C. His C became a B. And now he is an A. And I'm going to go above and beyond and say that guy, he's a rock star. Mr. Daniel is a rock star. You watch his services now, they are better than what I would do. That's right. The student has now surpassed the teacher. And my peoples, I need you to hear this. That is the sweet spot of delegation. Not only do I not need to do that, I've allowed someone else to rise up and become great at it. If anyone was able to do it, I let them do it, and they got better at it, and they became awesome at it. That's delegation. And what would have happened if I had just said, you know what? I got this. I'm going to get my way all the time. My way. And right, I'd still be doing it my way. And Mr. Daniel will just still be another helper who never got involved with ministry, who never became a better leader, who never grew. And what do you want to be? You want to be a really good Sunday morning kids leader? Or do you want to be a kids leader, right? And real leaders bring other people around them and make them better so that more people are being influenced by your decisions and your leadership. Well, if Mr. Daniel is leading the kids service, what do you do, Pastor Ron? That's an excellent question. So in our program, we have Calvary Kids Elementary, which is kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, and sixth grade. When he became so good at what he did, we said, hey, you, this is your role now. You're in charge. You direct this. What we did was we took the fourth grade, fifth grade, and sixth grade, and we started a whole new ministry. We call it 456. So Mr. Daniel does a class just for kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. And then I started a whole new ministry called 456. They have their own time of education. They have their own way of being taught. They have their own everything, right? I started it from scratch. Why did I not delegate that? Because that was something that no one else actually knew how to do. No one knew how to start a ministry from scratch, so I did it. So that comes back to my very, 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 very first point, that if anyone can do it, let them do it. But if only I can do it, then I should do it. And starting a ministry from scratch, that's not something that anyone can do, especially if they don't have a vision for it, or the experience for it, or the qualifications for it, or the blah, blah, blah. Are you following? Now, if I had never given up my pride to do things my way and then give it to Mr. Dan, that other ministry would have never started. I'd still be doing Calvary Kids Elementary, and Mr. Dan would still be my helper. But the power of delegation, I let other people get involved, I let them own it, and I empowered them, I equipped them, and I encouraged them to get better and better and better. Now they are the best, and I'm more available to do other things that I should be doing. But now, next month, we're at a phase in our growth that Mr. Evan is going to be the one that is going to now direct 456. That means Mr. Daniel is going to direct Calvary Kids Elementary. Mr. Evan is going to direct 456. 2 different services, 2 different locations, 2 totally different agendas for a Sunday morning service. Delegating. Do I need to lead either of these? Nope. So that frees me up to do something else. What could I do? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I am going to think big. Because if I am constantly doing the small things that anyone could do, well, then I'm never going to have time to do the big things that only I should do. Remember, delegation. Delegation, delegation. It's not about sharing the jobs. It's not about divvying up things. It's about letting other people own something so that you can do the things that only you can do and boss it. And so imagine if I was just this kids pastor that was always doing all these small things and always at the church doing these small things and always planning everything. How much time would I have for my kid? How many dotty-dar dates could I go on? How many nights could she and I stay up all night watching House MD? How many nights, right? We can go on and on and on. Delegation, delegation, delegation. If anyone could do it, just let them do it. But if only I can do it, then only I should do it. That's it. That's the entire episode. If you have questions about delegation, hit me up. Let's talk about it. We can dig in more. But if you get that main principle, you're good to go. Give up your pride, give up your desires to have your hands on every little thing, and start empowering, equipping, and encouraging other people to do the things that anyone could honestly do. Until next time, everybody say, bye, Pastor Juan.
Thank you for letting us speak into your life. At the end of the day, our goal is simple. We just want to raise these little people to one day become big people. Be sure to check out our website at rongaleministries.com to show your support. Thank you for listening, and be sure to smash that like button and turn that button blue or whatever else the kids are doing these days. Until next time, everybody say, bye, Pastor Juan.